with that in mind, perhaps people could come away from here with some goals, because that's another part of the book, is goal setting and the importance of, whether it's in investment or, as you say, in your own personal life, fitness, anything. I mean, that comes through loud and clear. What do you think? How important is that?
Generally speaking, the stock market is now 15%. Well, not having goals is like having, everyone's seen that movie Castaway, that Paul Wilson.
Yeah. Yes.
I see people like Wilson.
Yep.
And he has no idea where he's going. Another great movie, is a great metaphor, is Ben-Hur, when Charlton Heston's rowing on that boat, not on his own volition, having no idea or why he's there. It's a great movie, Ben-Hur. So they've got to want to do it. I don't know whether you can coach motivation, but the people need to start taking it very serious on where their money's invested. And I think that when you look at an industry fund and then the underlying managers, here's one thing to take away. If you're in real estate and you've got a real estate and it's rented, you've got a real estate that's going to take a management fee off that of between 5 and 6%. If it's commercial, it varies. But let's say residential, let's keep it simple. 5%. In the investment world, institutions are taking 18 to 22% off your money, of the earnings.
In terms of super.
In terms of just management fees, performance fees, forget the government, forget Canberra for a moment. They're taking 4 times the cost off the yield. Now, people have no idea about that, but that's what's happening. It's been happening for 80 years. Forget the government for a moment, that's another argument.
So do you have concerns then that people aren't going to be as well funded in retirement as they think that they will?
Well, if you have a look at the financial independent today, the financial independent today is sitting about 1.34% of Western world. It's pretty alarming. And you've had, when you look at the opportunities out there, in fact, it's probably the easiest time in human history now to make money. And to make money in business, in investment. But it's not going to come from throwing into an industry fund and hopes for the hopeless. And that's what I say. I think you really do need to know where your money is and understand, you would understand where your money's going. I think people are quite, if I asked someone now about Telstra to name me, and Telstra's probably the widest held stock in the country, outside of Westpac shares, there's not one person in the room that could name me 3 at the board. And I know that because I've been asked that question for 30 years.
Embarrassing quite a few people, I'm sure, along the way.
But that's it.
Yeah.
But you'll know how much you spend, and all due respect, what the ladies spend on clothes and what the men spend on whatever they spend their money on. They have a fair idea of that of price, but they have no idea where their money's going. I've always just found that interesting. Going back, not that it's a skiting, but when I left law and went into funds management, this whole financial independence thing was fascinated me. It turned out you had to have 20 times in capital to earn, to live. Your income was, you wanted $100,000 to live on. You needed $2 million in capital to be able to achieve that, to be financially independent. I was fascinated with that at the age of 24, 25. It turns out I achieved that at 29. And then I thought, that's just not that difficult. But it came through gearing. It came through positive, not so much negative, but positive and neutral gearing through real estate. So I got there that way, and it works for me. I understand that space.